Good evening, you lovely people. How are you doing? It's Middle-Aged Gamer Guy here, back once again for another Tuesday night gaming chat, or TNGC as we like to call it, where we talk about all the latest gaming news and reviews from the last 7 days or so. How are you lot doing? Hello to everyone in chat. Matt was the first one here. Happy Tuesday all. How you doing? Mr. Game Tank, hello. How you doing? Danka, good evening, sir. How you doing? Flame, hello. Lovely to see you all. Welcome on in to the show. Obviously, we are sponsored, as I mentioned last night, we are sponsored for the next 29 days or so by the wonderful Mech Arena, the PC and mobile game where you can be a giant mech running around blowing things up. It's great fun. I'll be playing it on Friday on stream, and we have 16 challenges for you to compete in over the next 29 days or so. All you got to do is do !Mech in chat, download the game from that link, or go on the about section of my Twitch page, see if you can complete as many of the challenges in the next 29 days. Every time you complete a challenge, it helps fund the channel. And a big shout out to our sponsors, Mech Arena, who are basically supporting our shows. Chaotic Neutral coming in there with the raid. Thank you so much. How are you, lovely? Good to see you. Games Guru, good evening. Moonchild, lovely to see you. Triangle Face, good evening. Good to see you, buddy, from Retro Gaming Revival. Good to see you. Thank you so much for that raid. Greatly appreciate it. How are you all doing? How was your stream of Spyro the Dragon? Mr. Bang, how are you doing? Good to see you. First time here. Thank you so much. Pretty awesome. Pretty awesome. So we're about going to kick the show off. We've got quite a few good games for you this week. I'm not going to lie. It's going to be a good show. And we've got a pretty damn good guest because this guy's wanted to be on the show for pretty much what probably feels like him forever. We finally got him on the show. But obviously, I can't do the show without a fountain of knowledge. He is the co-host that knows the most. Please give it up for the one, the only, Mr. David Jones.
Good evening, mate. How you doing?
I am very well. How are you?
Not too bad, thank you.
Good. We got a couple of other people that are here. Games Guru saying, how the devil are we? Good man. Very well, thank you. Manic, good evening. Welcome on in. Good to see you. We finished number one, but we need to 100% it. So, oh, God, you didn't finish the game. That's not bad. How much left have you got to go for that? That's impressive. Don't forget, !Dave in the chat. There you go. What's the update on the sponsorship? I will do that later, Manic. I'll do that later because you've just missed that. I was just talking about that earlier. But !Mech, if you want more details. How have you been? How has your week been, Dave?
Oh, my week's been fine, mate. It's been busy with work and family, but playing a bit of gaming here and there, spending some money on gaming as well.
Oh, okay.
I brought myself a PS5 Pro.
You haven't?
Ordered it Saturday. It came Monday. But I didn't spend the full 700, which was cool because I was going to spend the full 700.
Okay, go on then.
Because Very had a method if you use their credit stuff to get like 20% off your first order with them.
Okay.
I'll get 140 off it. That's probably the cheapest I'll ever be able to find it because I can't imagine Sony will ever knock that much off it. So I thought, fuck it, you know what? Why the hell not? So I got it for that. Already sold the old PS5.
So what was that? So you sold the PS5 and then you got that. So how much did you buy that in the end? What did that cost you?
Well, if it came to 540 with the discount from Very, sold the current PlayStation for 225. That's what I've got. About
okay, so actually
to pay for it. So it's not too bad, really.
But to be fair, he jumped the shark. Yes, he did. I was going to say, do you know what? If it came in at 545, that's pretty much what a normal PS5 was coming in at, between 500 and 550. So actually, that's not that bad. But the fact that then you've sold the other one, so you get to
all right, bring it down. Helps control the cost of it. So it's not.
I was going to say, do you know what? Fair play to you. I'm not going to knock you for that buying one. I was going to have a bit of a moan at you after everything we talked about, but the fact you've done it like that, if I had a hat on, hats off to you for that. So there you go. And have you noticed any difference or any great? Or are you going to sit there and go, no, I haven't noticed anything after?
Does depend on the game. So Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, yes, can notice difference because I was playing that in performance mode and that never looked that great. Bit of a softish image, lack of detail there, and because they're using the AMD's FSR upscaling in it.
Yeah.
you could often see a lot of ghosting behind the character, a lot like little
Right, okay.
Yeah, you don't see that now with the new PSSR upscales. That game looks vastly better. That's probably one of the best ones to try on it to really get comfortable. Other stuff like say Horizon Forbidden West, yeah, it just looks a bit sharper, I'd say, at the moment.
Yeah,
I mean, that already looked good. It's probably the problem with like the Sony first party stuff. That did look pretty good anyway. So they just looked that a little bit sharp, a little bit cleaner now, I'd say, especially if you're used to performance modes before, where it was they had to knock these detail down a little bit. I think you'll notice more increase if you're playing like the third party stuff, like things like Baldur's Gate 3 and Dragon's Dogma 2. They get a bit of a boost from
right.
whether it doesn't matter if they've had a patch or not. Some of them have had an unlocked frame rate, will just run a little bit better anyway.
Okay.
You definitely see some improvements in those. But
You'll have to let me know. What did you get Alan Wake 2 on? Because that's one that got.
I had that on PC.
Oh, okay,
I got that free with a graphics card last year, so
fair enough.
I had that on PC.
God, just that was in their list.
Yeah, that's mentally nicer.
Spider-Man 2, that was in the list of games, wasn't it?
Yeah, I fired that at brief this morning. Again, that just looks sharper. Detail looks better when you're looking at stuff in the distance. Say foliage, for example, just looks sharper instead of a bit of a blurred green mess. Like
swinging through the trees, it looks more realistic.
That's it. I say at the moment it just looks nicer, but I think it'll probably come into its own a bit more. Next year when stuff's coming out. Probably be made with it in mind. Yeah. Whereas this stuff was built just for the regular PS5. They're just throwing some patches together, which helped, but wasn't built with it in mind. So I think next year stuff will look pretty nice on it.
Well, I can officially say you're the only person I know that's got a PS5 Pro now. So there you go. And I can't hate on you for having it now because you did it in a really clever way. So I suppose we'll have to stay friends. Never mind.
Well, after I'm afraid, mate.
Yeah,
that quickly.
Just one of those things. iQuail, good evening. How are you? Great to see you as always. Jenny, good evening. Good to see you. I won't fall out with him anyway. I don't think we've ever fallen out, have we?
I don't think so,
no, there you go. Glitter Cats, hello. Dave always performs financial wizardry when it comes to new consoles. He does, doesn't he? He's pretty...
That's the wife, by the way. So I said
there's me talking about falling out with you.
Yeah. So I said to her Saturday, do you mind if I buy it? I could get it this way. She said, "I'll go on then."
Do you know what? I'm not gonna. Hey, how you doing? No one calls me that, by the way. Just so you know. So people are probably thinking, "Who's that?" Good evening, Jesse. How you doing? But yeah, I was gonna say that was probably the whole thing of. So yeah, if we've done it that way, well, I'll let you get one. So you got the official nod from there. Don't worry. It's fine. Don't worry.
I'll tell her off probably later.
No, you don't have to tell her off. You can't tell her off now. She let you get a PS5 Pro.
That's true.
Can't be doing that. No, telling the wife off. You thought you were going to be in trouble for a PS5 Pro and you're not, and then you end up getting yourself in trouble for then telling her off. So don't do that. Anyway. We digress. We'll move on. Let's get our guest in this evening. This gentleman, it's his first time on the show, and he's been basically waiting to be on the show. Bless him. I saw him at the Debug, you and Debug Indie Game Awards back in February, and he was like, is there any chance I could get on the show? And I was like, well, we've got a lot of bookings, but if I could squeeze you in at the end of the year, we'll do it. And obviously we saw him at Nottingham Video Games Expo, hunting around for bargains and stuff. And he was like, is there still a chance I could get on? I was like, trust me, it's going to happen. And it's happening today. I know he's been very excited. Please give it up for a fantastic streamer, a lovely guy. And, he interviews everyone at the events and stuff. We know him as Jack. You lot know him as Gozo. Please give it up for Gozo from Gozo's World. Hello.
Hello, everybody.
How you doing, buddy?
I am doing good. Thank you very much. Say hello to Dave and hello everyone in the chat room. Hello.
Go. Everyone's saying hello. Hello, Ryan. How you doing? Obs. Woo! I'm saying hello. There you go. And we got a shout out for you there. There he is, says Moonchild.
Yeah.
Mike says he knows you as Dad. So apparently he calls you Dad. So there you go. That's a new one. Jenny says, trust Mike to come up with that. Jenny says, hey, Gozo, how you doing? Moonbeard's here as well. Hello, Gozo-san. Yes. Triangle face. Yo, Gozo. Yeah, look. Check out what he's wearing, people.
Very stylish.
Amazing.
Yeah, this is, ladies and gentlemen, I got this here 2 years ago. I went to Walt Disney World, Florida. If you ever go to Epcot, go to the Japan Resort. They got lots of good kimonos in here if I want there. So it's basically like about like $70 of it. And then in English pounds, like 55, 60 quid's worth of it. But it's still a good fabric and good thing to wear. So I thought, why not? It's very nice here to show everyone. This is a very nicely one. You see, you got the tiger in one and the dragon. Why
See,
not?
it looks amazing, and it's the first time he's worn it. And he said, "I'm going to wear it especially just for this." Everyone's saying they're loving it. Supernova, hello, saying love the kimono.
Thank you very much.
Gilfly, good evening. He says that looks so comfy.
Thanks.
Ron says looks cool, nice design.
Yeah.
Everyone's loving it, mate. It's you made a good choice. So
yeah. There's another ones I have on it. I got a nice blue and white ones, the dragon ones. So I thought, a little bit something. But I thought, why not have the black and gold? You gotta go with the goldens of it, so you gotta go with the money.
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 Now, if anyone's not familiar with your channel, mods, if you'd be so kind and drop Goszos links in chat, and please do give them a follow. They'll be popping up in chat very soon. Please do tell us what you do, what you stream, what days you stream, and tell us some of the content that you do, my dear friend.
Of course, that one there. So, first of all, of course, I do a YouTuber and Twitch following by the name of Goszos World. And a lot of people, everyone say, in the chat, call me Gonzo, but it's actually is not Gonzo. It's not a gong.
There's no N in there.
It's Gozo, that one there. So that's what we call it. So Gozo, that's my nickname. Everyone call me for one there. So why not?
Right. So I'm gonna don't you dare, Sophie. Don't you dare. She's messing. No. Hey, the only Muppet that's here is me. All right. He's not Gonzo for the Muppets. Yeah. The only Muppet's here. That's Gozo. All right.
You speak English, you pass your test. That's it.
Sophie says he knows what he signed up for. Well, probably.
Okay. So basically, I do YouTube in Goszos World. I'm doing it for 7 years. That one here. I do classic playthroughs from the PlayStations, like PS1s, 2s. There's Dreamcast ones. The games I like playing are like Ratchet and Clanks to Gran Turismo to Crash Bandicoot. That one here, and on all kinds of games. That one here. I do live reactions for but only fighting genres for such as like multi-blood type luminous to the King of Fighters 15 and Tekken 8 for one here, which is absolutely a good game for Tekken 8 for one here. So
yeah, it's a great game, isn't it?
And then next year, of course, we do vlogs. That one here, I do I've been Nintendo Nottingham since day one. So I've been here. Next year's now 12 years. Because I'm a media team doing photos and media, so whatever. So that's why I want to do that. So I thought I just want to showcase, all support because basically in the time that one here, it was called Street Pass that one here at the old 3DSs. We'll remember. Then Street Pass was done. Then we have to change the new names. That one. So Nintendo Nottingham is now what it is. That one here. And my good friends Tony from one here, organizers, Dylan, Theo. And Louise, that one here, great people, great hope you say. If you ever come to Nottingham events, you always come and say hello to them. We do it at the Dice Cups and some of it at different locations, but the Dice Cup is the main majority of the event. And then, of course, that I do I did Disney vlogs as I went here for the first time went to it, such as meet and greet the characters. So I went there for the first time on my 30th birthday, which is an absolutely treat. And then I got my 32nd birthday. I got my GoPro for it. I do my roller coaster vlogs that one here. So my Go chest mounts. So apologies for that one here. So you see some darkest. We do Dark Knight Rises because it always gets better. And then of course they do some shopping vlogs that one here. Because online is now going to be taken over for it. But we want is support all the local traders that one here. I've been doing support like Palworld Universe, that one here, to Mobile Games Exchange, Kirby Sales Exchange, Retro World, and it's good to need to get some business to help them out that one there, and that's what events that one there happen. So of course, see that events went to Insomnia Gaming Festivals a lot of time for one here. I've been to went to Debug for the very first time. I met you in person. I met John Riggs.
Yes.
I met Gaming Mistress. We're all hug buddies. That one here.
Yeah.
But it was lovely to meet them. For nice organizers as well. For one here.
Yeah.
And then of course the vlogs like we did, like the debugs to Nottingham Video Game Expos, and then Nottingham Gaming Market, which I did last month. That one here, and as a retro collector, for one here, it always gets some good vibes. That one here, and get some good deals before it goes higher and higher for it.
Yeah. Now, before we talk about what you got at your last gaming comp, because we're gonna talk about what you got at the last one, and we're also going to talk about another one that's coming up in a couple of weeks. We'll do that a bit later on. Got some questions in chat for you. Firstly, Ryan said, "Where did the nickname come from?"
Okay, the nickname I call for one here. Everyone when I was in school, my surname is Gosling for one here.
Right,
but my friends of mine says you can call me Gozo for one there. So Gozo is more a tradition now, I think, for one there. So my dad said we call him Gozo. I call Gozo. We're all Gozos everywhere.
See, I can't. And you're not related to Ryan Gosling at all.
No.
No. Very close, but there you go. Moonbeard, you can see the joke here. Can't believe people would do that, Gonzo. Honestly.
Yeah, well, basically, you need practicing English language for one. It's Gos, not Gong.
Yeah. Gilfly says we could talk about retro games for hours, right? So you guys must. Yeah.
Don't worry, we got good stuff for one there. Don't trust me. You're gonna love it.
Right. Sophie says this is going to sound like a weird question, but what size is your bed? It looks tiny.
All right. Well, one thing I know, it's a good size. It's a single bed for one there, but it's very nicely sized that one there, but. Everyone's because they don't want to play my bed, but it's comfy. I got it from IKEA. It's a good price on it, so don't be fooled for it. But it's just this one is an absolute cake.
Bloody Moonbeard. Sorry, Gons. Behave you. Don't make me slap your wrist.
Thank you. I know you're kidding, pal. I know you're kidding.
There you go. Good evening, Dave. How are you? I could talk about me for hours. I'm sure you could, but you're not on the show tonight. You will be on the show near Christmas.
Do you told, Valine?
Yeah. Sophie says he will like getting slapped. I'm sure. Yes, Moonbeard will like getting slapped. So there you go. Dave says our reviews. It's gonna get filth. It's gonna turn into filth because Soph's here. Told you.
Keep it local, please.
Well, we're not that PG, but we're slightly PG. We're in that sort of 15 rating. Soph's like filth. You're the one writing it. So. Your last gaming event, which you went to a couple of weeks ago, you were saying you managed to get some really good deals, and you're going to show us some bits and pieces that you've got, haven't you?
That's right, Phone. So I went to Nottingham Gaming Market exactly like a month ago, Phone. It was at Harvey Hound Sports Centre. It's near locally where I am at, Phone. It's just a 10-minute drive, Phone. Because basically. People from in Bilbao and near locals that one there. I've never had any gaming markets before that one here. Yeah. And this was the first. And I see and I met other YouTubers as well. So I met Tussie UK from Lizard Retro for one here. And he says it's always good to see me because you might see him at Not VGE about a year ago for one here.
Yeah.
And then I met as well Gemma from the Gibbs 24 for one here. So she was lovely for one here. And all of the YouTubers that one there, they say Nottingham Gaming Market's facility that at Harvey Hound Sports Centre is an absolutely better for one there because there's no complaining. So I met the organisers for one there, and I said
the guys from Play Expo, if I've got that right. If that
like Rare Replay for one there.
Yeah.
And they said that I think the event was fantastic, and they said they were going to do it next year for one there. So hopefully that'll be a good big help for get more marketing and good fun.
Yeah. So for those that don't know, Replay events are the guys that also run Play Expo over in Blackpool. Yeah. And they do a number of markets all over the country. I know, like London was just last weekend.
Yeah.
Because no people.
London Gaming Market was there for one there.
One in Birmingham.
And it was Cardiff, that one here, Milton Keynes, that one here, and even of course you say Play Expo. They did once at Newcastle, that one here. Before was the COVID pandemic was started. That one
here. They used to do it in Glasgow and Manchester as well, but then they stopped.
Yeah, Manchester as well. That was one of them as well.
But I know they do a lot of markets and stuff. So Ginger Viking, good evening, says Moonbeard fights filth. He sweeps it up with supermarkets. There you go. There you go. I was at the Manchester event. Actually, Manchester was 2019.
Yeah, that was the last
Alexia was there.
time.
I was there at that one. Play Expo used to be Manchester 2. Was one of my favourites. Say, right. Oh, yeah. We went to it. It was in a massive hall, not too far from the huge shopping centre, the Trafford Centre. And it was really good. I actually thought it was better than the Blackpool one. And then they never run it again. But, you know, it is what it is. But they still do the Blackpool one, obviously. Event City, that's the name of it. I couldn't remember the place. Thank you, Ryan. But there you go. So show us some of these cool things that you got. And then we're going to crack on with our show, my friend.
Okay, then. So first one, of course, now this is true story for one here, my friend. So first one, of course, I have bought this is quite everyone in the chat one, I know quite familiar with. The Japan's art style is so much better than the PAL and America versions that one here, because it's still got the good Japanese vibes that one here. So the first one I bought for one here was this.
There you go. You might have to say what it is because it's just just got it on camera. Go on.
Yeah, this is Pocket Monster Stadium 2, aka the first Pokemon Stadium.
Oh wow! Okay.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, so basically, the owner of Saw Thumbs that there were 3 versions of the Pocket Monster Stadium for one here.
Yeah.
The first one for one here, that this one is only have 40 out of 151 because we only had half of the Pokemon before releasing worldwide on this one. So it's like the first times. But you can play it like Blastoise, Charizard, Venusaur, that one here. But it's just, but it's only have to be only 40 out of available for it.
Right.
And then
you've got one. You've got one of 151. That's limited. So Dank is saying, "Love the Japanese art boxes." Okay. Yeah. What else you got?
And then, of course, you know that. Then onto it. This is what I got at Nottingham Video Game Expo for one here. Yeah. So because after that for one it, you get this for one here.
Oh my god! Okay.
That's Pokemon Stadium 2 for one here.
This is a different.
It's the same one here. It's called like Gold, Silver, and Crystal for one here. That's what it's called. So, aka Pocket Monster Stadium 3 for one here.
Right. Okay.
So that was said. There was only three making of these that one here. So hope you can see it right now.
Am I allowed to ask how much they are worth?
Well, actually, this one thing is both of them are the complete set with manual, £28 each.
Okay, which is not too bad, but I'm guessing like somewhere down the line that's going to be worth a lot of money.
Yeah, because if you have because if you learned English a long time for one here, then you thought you say maybe give you Japanese a little bit more for one here.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Okay.
So the next one, this was a very good one here, and I'm so very happy to get this edition one.
Oh, Wave Race! I remember Wave Race.
Oh, I love that. It's a cracking game.
Yeah, this one here is a special Rumble edition for one here. So we have all the Rumble packs that one here.
Oh, nice.
But just look at this art someone. It's just so Japanese has still got the best vibes. So
that is so cool.
I've seen this one like on eBay, so they go about 30 to £50 for it. Depends on the condition of it.
Yeah.
So that's why Wave Race 64 is the best one for one. I just love the music, the intro. You can't go wrong for that one.
Nice. Okay.
Yep.
Give us cool. Give us 2 more, and then we'll do some more a little bit later on, mate.
Yep, of course I want it. And why not you have an old tradition favorite of ours?
Hey, Mario Kart 64.
Mario Kart 64. You can't go wrong with that one, so
the size of the boxes as well. I forgot how big they are. It's insane.
Yeah, for one here. It's this one here. There were 3 of it. This one is an excellent condition for one here because the box itself is so freaking clean for one here. So someone had kept it very, very well for one here, and that's a perfect one. And I'm gonna say pay about £25 for it. For one here, for that one here, for the box with manual for one here.
Nice.
And then this one here, the last one, and then you get into the gaming one. So but don't worry, there'll be more on the way for it, and I'll tell you more story for one.
Yeah, no worries.
So last one, of course, see that this is from Goszos Passion. That's why I got Mario Kart one. You might know this to everybody for one here. This is a Japanese one of this.
Now, is that Smash Brothers by any chance?
Correct. The first Super Smash Brothers.
Oh, I love the artwork on that. That is so cool.
Very cool.
Yeah. So basically, for one here, what it is that one here, I looked at the videos for one here in YouTube. They found they got English English language info on it, but you could do just Japanese right a little bit at the bottom for one here.
Yeah.
And this one here, I got it like for £40 for it for one here. And it's still got a good vibes because, as you know, because I seen on Power's version of Smash Bros. Goes from 80 quid now. So that's why if you got like games like say for instance, if you play a Japanese Super Smash Bros. Melee for one here, you can actually go to settings. You're going to change language in from Japanese to English a little bit easy for one here, and that's what is very better for one here to doing that. That's really why awesome. I said the Japanese one is so get the good vibes. Even though he's hard to translate, but you will learn from one here. Then hopefully you'll get something, and hopefully you'll learn from it, my friends.
He's gonna be fluent in Japanese in no time at this rate.
Feel good.
There you go. We'll have a look at some more games. It's got also Goszos going to be talking about another games fair that's taking place in Nottingham at the end of this month, and we've got a little announcement. I don't even know if Dan Game Tank knows this, but we're making a little announcement to do with Debug magazine a little bit later on. So if you're a fan of Debug, exclamation Debug in chat, we're going to be announcing something for that. But shall we crack on with the show, gents?
Yes, nice.
Okay, it's our 192nd show. We've got 8 new games, including Metal Slug Tactics, Planet Coaster 2, Mario and Luigi Brothership, and Slitterhead. Plus, we've got a few other games and a lot of gaming news from around the world from the last 7 days. And a lot of it, which Jack will be happy about, or Guzzo will be happy, I should say, is very Nintendo based. Just the way it fell this week, just the way it fell. So let's crack on with our first game. So everyone's familiar with the retro games Metal Slug, the run and gun shooters, but they brought it back and they revamped it in a different way, in a tactical based shooter. This came out last Tuesday on PC, Switch, PS4, 5, Xbox Series X, S, and 1, and you can get it on Xbox Game Pass. This is Metal Slug Tactics. Let's have a look at the trailer, and we will be back very shortly. There you go, folks. So Metal Slug finally turns itself into a tactical-based game following like XCOM and even Gears Tactics that we had a couple of years ago. Dave, tell us a little bit more about this, because this is literally brand new. Some people thought, oh, well, this is a revamp or something, and it's not. It's totally brand new, isn't it?
Yeah, you could probably be forgiven for thinking that it's perhaps an older game getting a re-release, because it's got the old-style pixel art graphics. They've decided to keep that from the the original 2D size scrollers. And I think it looks pretty good actually in this particular style. So yeah, it's a isometric tactical game. You've got I think about 9 different characters you can use within your team. You can mix and match them, bring different ones in to discover which ones work best. Because if you get team members close to each other when you're doing particular moves, they do like a sync attack together, and that can prove pretty useful trying to get rid of some of the harder enemies, some of the bosses. The other thing they've done with this one is a roguelike game as well. So you're going to be doing like runs. So you'll be doing runs through, I think, like 110 possible handcrafted maps in there.
Oh, wow, okay.
So That's quite cool. So you probably will start seeing the same ones after a while if you're playing it for a decent amount of time. But still, 110 should be some good variety in there. Sure, it'll probably mix the enemies up if you ever get to replay them. But yeah, it sounds pretty decent. I think looks pretty nice. I think it's on Game Pass at the moment, isn't it?
It is. It's free
for
on
anyone
Game
who's
Pass.
interested, you can just at least just jump in and give it a quick go there. See what you think.
Yeah, I might give this a quick go. I love the Metal Slug games, and I don't mind. I'm not the biggest fan of tactics games, but I do. There's been a few that I do like. Yeah, I think I'd like this. So yeah, Gozo, bit of a Metal Slug fan or a tactics game, and if so, bring the two together. Will that work for you?
Yeah, I'm gonna say that definitely. I agree with Dave on one here. So basically, it's like the gameplay for it looks awesome. Like 9 characters for one here. That's really cool. It looks like the versions of like one of those games on a Switch. It's like whatever tactics for one, like playing Legend of Zelda Tactics or something.
Yeah.
For one here, because it looks like nearly like you're jumping up to what next that one here. But I would definitely say that Metal Slug fans, that one here is just an absolute good vibe, that one here. If you love like playing Metal Slug for all these years, from the classics to where they are, I think definitely a good game for it. So I would say even Game Pass, that one here, that is a big surprise, that one here. So yeah. I thought I'd say I might give it a go for the wish list. So I'm not gonna say that I might give it a try for one here, and who knows, I might like it or not. But I just say but like I said, the gameplay looks great, and I'll just say hopefully get some good score tonight.
Okay. All right. Well, talking the scores, obviously we don't review the games. We take scores from across the internet and all different websites and turn that into an average score. Now, you may agree with it, you may not, but if you guess it right, then you'll get a shout out in the chat. And Dave and our guest will also get a chance to guess it right. Now, we've already had one score come in. Manic's come in and he says he's going to give it 8 Metal Slugs out of 10. So chat, start getting your scores in the chat right now for me. Dave, we'll start with you. What do you reckon this has got?
I'm going to try 7.5.
7.5 for this one. Gozo, what do you reckon?
I think I'm going to give it I'm going to say the same as Dave, 7.5 on this.
Going for a 7.5. Okay, folks, scores are starting to come into the chat. Flame is saying a 7 for this one. This, as a recap, just so you know, this came out last Tuesday. It's free on Game Pass, but you can get it on PC, Switch, PS4, 5, Xbox Series X, S1. Iquel says, I picked this up. I'm really early in, but I'm enjoying it so far. I think this might be an 8. Any other scores, folks? Get them in. Triangle Face saying a 7.5. He's agreeing with you guys. Last chance, folks, and we're going to move on to our next game. Dankery saying an 8. And I'm going to swiftly move on because time is ticking away on this show tonight. I can tell you that this did really well, and it makes me want to play this even more because this did get an 8 out of 10.
Wow, that sounds fair. That sounds
really
fair.
Good review. So there you go. So well done, Danker. Well done, Manic. Well done, Iquail. Well done for getting those right. And we will swiftly move on. Something for again a bit different. Going from old style game to a bit more new style. This came out last Wednesday on PS4 and 5 and Xbox Series X, S and 1. And this is Slavic Punk Old Timer. Let's have a look at the trailer for this.
Shall we discuss the job?
I always knew this kid would get in trouble. I'm the alpha male here. I rule this neighborhood.
You've done well, friends.
PlayStation.
There you go. There it is, that famous PlayStation noise. Well, you've heard of Cyberpunk, but this is Slavic Punk, which is obviously there's again a little bit of tactics by the looks of this in this, but more of your straightforward down over the top shooter. Tell us a little bit more about this one, Dave.
Yeah, this one's more of a twin stick shooter, probably sort of a bit comparable to something like the Ascent, if you remember that game.
Yeah.
It's that style of game, and yeah, again, quite similar. It's a sci-fi setting. I think this one's going for cyberpunk in like a sort of Eastern European type city. So yeah, trying to make it a little bit different than the American style cyberpunk cities that we're perhaps more used to seeing. But in this one, you're playing one of these sort of grizzled detectives who's got a bit of a troubled past. They always seem to have a troubled past in these worlds, don't they?
Yeah, they do. Yeah.
Yeah, probably got a bit of a gravelly voice, likes like a whiskey or something like that when he's off hours. Yeah, that sort of thing. Yeah, I think it looks all right. I mean, I think it's just meant to be a fairly straight story-driven game, so it's not like a roguelike or anything like that. So it is pretty much, play through the story, enjoy it, move on to something else. And I think it looks okay for what I can see from the trailer. I think some of the reviews I've seen generally say it's an all right time. Got a few little bits of jank here and there, but on the whole, yeah, it seems okay. I'd probably I'd give it a look. I mean, I like the Ascent. That was a fun game. Anything similar might be quite good.
This looks all right. This appeals to me. So probably not going to set the world on fire, but certainly I like the look of it. Gozo, your thoughts on this one?
Yeah, I think looking at that one here is I don't my trailer looks good for one here, but I think the gameplay needs a little bit more, to be honest, someone here, because when you look at the gameplay for one, it's more like you're playing one of those indie titles like like Zombie Apocalypse or one of those games, those types. But I will definitely say maybe not quite the best one for I'm looking at for my eyes, to be honest, for one here. But we'll say, but is it try to give it let it go. But sometimes if it's maybe at like a lower price, someone here, then it might be something I might get some mixed reviews, someone there to something like that. So
okay, all right, folks, get your scores in. We've got a couple of scores already. Manic's come in with a 7 out of 10. Danka says it's a run and gun, very hectic looking, but a 7. Triangle Face says 7.5. Ryan says 6.5. Flame says 6.5. Gozo, I'll start with you this time. What do you reckon this got?
I think I will give it a. I'll give it a go. Say I'm going to say a 6.
Okay, going for a 6. Dave, what say you?
I'm going to go for a 6.5.
6.5. Okay, so just slightly there. So we got people with 7.5, 7, 6.5s, and 6. Okay, folks, this is your last chance. Get your scores in chat. This is Slavic Punk Old Timer, which came out last Wednesday on PS4, 5, Xbox Series XS, and 1. And if there are no more scores in chat, I can tell you this didn't fare as well as our first game tonight. iQuell just getting in there saying not sure. Could have potential, but looks a bit cheap. 7 out of 10. Well, I can tell you, didn't fare as well as our first game tonight, but certainly did okay because this did, in fact, get a 7 out of 10.
Oh,
there you go.
Bad.
So pretty decent.
Not bad.
Pretty decent. So again, iQuell's like, phew, gets that right. Well done, iQuell. Well done, Manic. Well done, Danka. You guys are all 2 for 2 at the moment, which is pretty damn good going. So well done for getting that. We're going to move on to our first bit of news. As I said, it's very Nintendo heavy this week with the news, but we'll start with something that I think is good news. And this is the fact that Nintendo, the president of Nintendo, officially announced last week that the successor to the Switch, and I like the fact they're calling it the successor to the Switch. They're not calling it Switch 2. We don't know what it's going to be yet. There's been rumors everywhere, but they're actually saying the successor to the Switch will have backwards compatibility. So whatever this new console we're getting, you will be able to play your Nintendo Switch games on it, which is fantastic as far as I'm concerned. Not only that, the Nintendo Switch online service will also be available for you to play. So that means if you've got the subscription and you're also playing the N64 games, the Sega Saturn games, all that sort of stuff, that is still on there. So that's all cool. People are trying to guess what it's called. Some saying it's going to be the Switch 2 Electric Boogaloo. The Switch. with the two in there, so what you did there, or that it's got different
Yeah,
meanings,
that's
deeper
cool.
meanings. But I think this is a good thing, guys. Your thoughts on this? This is like, oh, cool. This is a decent move by Nintendo.
Yeah, I'm glad they're doing it. I mean, I think these days people expect their games to follow them now from generation to generation. We've got used to backwards compatibility with the Xboxes and PlayStation. So yeah, it's nice they're going to do it with the next Switch because people can have a good library on there. There's plenty of good games you're going to want to carry over. What I'm hoping to hear when they properly announce the success of the Switch, whatever let me call it, I hope they sort of let the older games you get some benefits from the extra resources going to be on the new one. So even at the frame rates and some things, because both the Legend of Zeldas, whilst they generally perform pretty well, had a few like places where the frame rate would just tank a bit.
Yeah,
see that even out, so they'd run nice and smooth. But there's plenty of other games that could benefit from that as well. So
if they could do what they're doing with the PS5 Pro with some of those, then that would be pretty cool. We'll have to see if that is. Malik says Sega Saturn games. Excuse me, what? Yeah, if you've got the premium online service, you can get N64 games and Sega Saturn and loads of other stuff. So it's mad. They did a deal, so you can actually.
Just sounds wrong, doesn't it? Saying Sega Saturn.
It does saying playing Sega games.
Doesn't seem right.
I know, but they did the deal, and it's cool that you can do that. Jack. I keep calling you Jack. I'm going to bounce between Jack and Gozo. Sorry, mate. I said I wasn't going to call you Jack, but I keep doing it. My apologies.
That's fine.
So I know you're a big fan of Nintendo, obviously. So this must be great news for you.
Yeah, I think this is an absolutely huge boost. I think everyone, they want to look to find back to say, we said about, backwards compatibles, like the PlayStations, and don't forget the Xboxes there as well. For that one here, you can do those of its kinds. And I think this is a very good one. So, depends, I say, how much will it be the valuable for it, what the Switch is going to be for one here. So, if you got, like, say, if you got any games like Mario Kart Deluxe or any of those like that, then, it's all there for it. You don't need to say, ooh, I need to upgrade it or something. But I think it might be get like an update for one here, but I think that would definitely the new Switch for one with backwards compatible is definitely they're on the right path for one here. And I think this might be in the future that one here that could be surpass the original Switch that one here. Yeah. And who knows that one here? Say, like I said, we'll just wait and see if it's going to be happening at the direct shows. It might be how much it's going to be. So if I was to say that, the price that one there, like if it's say a new successor, then it might be a £300 mark for one here. If you get a longer battery life for one here, then then it might be get something awesome for one here for all Switch fans and even Nintendo, because when Nintendo Nottingham were very excited for that revenue to say that now backwards compatibility, so that's the way we want to have it. So we're very happy with that.
Yeah. Now, Grand Designs of 4, this is something they didn't confirm, or does Dave? Do you know if they confirmed this? Because when they say backwards compatible, did they mean the actual cartridges? Or is it just the eShop purchases? Because that's a good shout.
I don't think they were specific in their
they weren't specific, were they?
What they said, but I'd be very surprised if they did one and not the other.
Yeah, which then makes me think
if you didn't do the cartridges.
If they do the cartridges, that does make me think that then the next Nintendo console is going to be very much in the sort of vein of the Switch, because obviously the cartridges are so small. Because if they do don't do what they did and it's a brand new console, it's going to be really weird putting those little cartridges into a console. So this is kind of where I'm going, we'll have to see. As soon as we know more. Yeah.
I can't imagine it will change too much design-wise, because how successful it's been.
Yeah.
They're going to keep it reasonably similar, I reckon.
We'll have to stay. I think it'd be like a higher spec, a massively higher spec.
Oh, yeah. It'd be definitely have a higher spec.
Yeah, for one here. Definitely for one here. I think, we say we agree with that one, is that I agree with a bit of a chat for one. They said that, if you purchase digitally, because you remember, if you bought like a fighting game for one here, like Dragon Ball Fighters, but then you got PS5 on there, so you might get a free DLC. If you purchase the season's pass on PS4, then you might get that on free on the PS5 on there. So that will be more like that Switch might be doing the exact same thing. So if you have, you said about the cartridges, so they'll be not little micro SD ones. That will be just how they fit in there for one there. So that would definitely say that. Hopefully, that if you bought it, then you can re-download it at the new system. Then you got nothing.
Yeah, I think I think that's a good point, because if you're going to be able to use Nintendo Switch Online, it'll know what games you bought, so you should be able to download it quite easily.
Yeah.
So in that respect, that should work. And then Dan, as he said here, I wonder if they'll do the little nubbing on the Switch 2 cards, stop them getting put in the Switch like they did the 3DS.
They may very well do.
Yeah.
We'll have to see. As we know more, we will let you know on this very show. But we know the fact that we're not really going to get anything unveiled until next year now. So we'll have to sit and wait patiently. So there we go. Let's move on to our next couple of games. Our next one is a sequel of a very much beloved, I like this, The Desolation of Switch. People are just coming up with all the names of the Switch things. This is a very much loved simulation game, and it's had tons of expansion packs over the years, and they finally brought out a sequel for next gen. This came out on Wednesday for PS5, Xbox Series X, and PC. And this, ladies and gentlemen, is Planet Coaster 2. There you go, folks. That is Planet Coaster 2. Lots of people saying they like the look of this. But you see, what you see is what you get. You are building an amazing theme park and other things like water parks and other stuff, aren't you, Dave? Tell us all about this one.
Well, yeah, it's just your classic management sim, isn't it? You got to build all these impressive attractions to get people coming in. Then you need to nickel and diamond for everything to keep the park running.
Yeah.
So put extra salt on your chips, make the drinks really expensive. It's all that sort of fun stuff you got to put into it. Well, I think it looks really nice actually. Graphic wise, yeah, they've really gone for a nice sort of cartoony sort of style there, which looks really cool. And I quite like the look of all the the water rides you can do. That look really quite cool.
Yeah.
So it looks like it'd be a lot of fun building this stuff. And from the sound of it, it seems the building controls meant to be pretty good, pretty intuitive, and you can do quite a lot of different things to bring in lots of other elements from with different materials into the rides to really make them sort of stand out, put your own sort of spin on the designs. And then you've also got the option to share these designs with other players, and you can download theirs, use them in your park as well. So it looks like it'll be a pretty good time. I haven't really played many management sims for years, but this one does look pretty appealing.
Yeah, it does really. I did play a little bit of the first one, and I did like it a lot. There was that one that Bandai Namco brought out last year, and I didn't get on with that, and I didn't think much of that. But this looks quality.
This does look really nice.
Yeah, Gozo, your thoughts on this one?
Yeah, I'm gonna say that I would say I love playing old classic roller coaster tycoons. That one there because It's absolutely great, and even theme park that one here back in the good days. I think because the first one for one here, I was first said, wow, that looks really really cool for one here So they get a good score for one here. I think it was an 8 or something. I'm not sure the last time for one here. But I think like we said, I think it got a little bit of cartoony for one here, the face look, but I think the gameplay looks really really good for one here. So I think if you love making your own designs of theme parks or roller coasters or waters or any else like that for one there, I think that would be definitely I'd say that would definitely be a good score for one for this one. So maybe if it was like if they can maybe tweak or something there, I guess I think we'll definitely say it might be higher, but who knows.
All right, well, let's see what people think. Grand Designs on 4 says a little bit light on in-game footage in the trailer, but still seems really imaginative. I mean, it pretty much looks like that. I'm not going to lie. It pretty much looks like that. So it's pretty good. Manic is saying 7 out of 10 for this. Triangle Face is 7.5. Danker said an 8. iQuail says, I think this might be quite high. 8.5. Folks, get your scores in chat now. Dave, I'll start with you on this one. What do you think this has got?
Oh, I'm going to go for an 8.
Going for an 8. Okay. And Gozzo?
I'll give it an 8 as well.
Going for an 8 as well. Flame is also agreeing with you and going for an 8 as well. Folks, get your scores in chat. This is Planet Coaster 2, which came out last Wednesday. And it's on PS5, Xbox Series X and S, and PC. And if there are no more scores, I can tell you that quite a lot of people got this one right because it did get an 8 out of 10. Ryan just snuck in there with a 7. Well done. Well done to everyone. The people in chat first. Well done, Danker. Well done for that. And obviously, Gozzo will get shout outs in the chat. Go follow his Twitch channel and all his socials. Go follow him. And Danker's on fire tonight. Indeed, you are, sir. There are the links. And obviously, Dave got it right. You can do exclamation Dave in chat. But Dave, how do you want your shout out?
Well, I think as you haven't got the dogs with you this week, you can do a bit of spinning. And there'll be no canine fatalities when you do it.
No canine fatalities this week. So we'll go for a good one. Here we go. In 3, in 2, in 1. Just like a roller coaster. Dave! And you're supposed to keep your arms inside the vehicle. Thank you very much.
You're going to get thrown out the park.
There you go.
Yeah, you go. Like there you go. Well done. There you go. So Planet Coaster 2 gets a very well-deserved 8 out of 10. Moving on. Again, this is a brand new RPG for Nintendo. We've had a number of RPGs out in the last year on Nintendo Switch. But this is the most newest one and most original one to come out. This came out last Thursday. And this is Mario and Luigi Brothership. Let's have a look at the trailer for this.
Luigi! Mamma mia.
So there you go, folks. That is the latest in RPGs, but this is a brand new one, Mario and Luigi Brothership. Dave, tell us about this one because it looks like you're traveling around on a floating island in this one.
Yeah, that's right. This is actually the 6th main installment apparently in this particular series. I didn't realise it's been going on that long actually, but yeah, going on for quite a while. So in this particular one, Mario, Luigi, and a few other familiar faces from the Mushroom Kingdom get pulled through a portal to a new land. This land of Concordia that's been taken over by a dark force, and they team up with the residents of that world to try and reunite all these disparate islands around the place that's covered in this gloom. And you're on like a floating island that's doubling as a little ship that you use to sail about and drop off into different islands. And and do what they do. Go into some turn-based combat to try and save the day. I think this one looks looks pretty nice. I got like the cell-shaded look they've gone for on Mario Luigi this time. It looks nice. And from what I've seen of the actual gameplay, it looks like your general sort of standard fare. Your normal sort of 3D levels that you're jumping around, but then any enemy encounters, it goes into turn-based combat, and that looks pretty good as well. Because it gives you plenty of opportunities to use special powers, dodge attacks that are coming in. So I think it looks like it'd be pretty good fun. As usual, most of the Nintendo games, they usually polish pretty well. So this one probably will be as well.
Okay. Gozo?
Yeah, I want to say that it looks good for that one here to start with. I seen that the makers have got the Mario and Luigi's face that way, more like a little retro vibe. It didn't have that the blue eyes and all sorts. I thought it's like. Is that the version like you play Sonic Generations for that one here? With all classic Sonic for that one here. So, but the thing we'll say that my friends have been playing on this one here, and they really do enjoy that way the maps and the gameplay for one here, like David said. So I will say that is a good contender for that one here for this one. So yeah, I think if you are playing, like I said, the sixth one, that's a very big moment for one here. That's a sixth installment for this one. So new story, new gameplay for one here. So I think that would be a very good scoring first one.
Okay, all right, we'll see. This has come under, I'm going to say this now, a bit of controversy. This game, not because of the actual game itself, but because of some of the reviews. So let's see how it pans out. It's been an interesting one. We'll talk about that in a minute. But let's get some scores in. Don't forget, we've also got our community member of the month. Is Big Jesse. Thank you for shouting him out, Dan. Greatly appreciate it. Manic says 8 mushroom trips out of 10. Danka says, I know one of the reviews gave this a questionable score. I totally disagree with him and going 8. I know exactly the one you're talking about. I had to sit through it and watch it. Flame, 8 out of 10 as well. Gozzo, I'll start with you. Chat, get your scores in.
I'm going to give this one an 8 for this one.
Going for an 8. Okay. All right. Dave?
Yeah, I'm going to try an 8 as well.
Okay, going for an 8 as well. Ryan's coming in at 7.5. Grand Designs 4 says an 8 as well. So if you've got some scores, get them in. Now, this is an interesting thing. I'm going to say this because IGN put out a review which was really, really harsh. And they gave it a 5 out of 10.
What?
Which I think is insane. And he basically said the game was far too long, was drawn out, the combat was great, but the story was bland, and there was loads of performance issues. Now, other reviews have massively praised it and giving it the 8 out of 10s that a lot of you are saying in chat. However, there have been other reviews that have not liked it as much as some people, but not hated it as much as IGN. But it's IGN that's caused the controversy. And it does mean that, annoyingly, for Mario and Luigi Brothership, which came out last Thursday on Nintendo Switch, and man, it's just snuck in there with a 7.5, it actually means this actually only averages out at 6.5 out of 10.
Cool.
Wow.
Right.
That's a huge blow, that one.
Now, considering that Mario RPG, I think, was up with an 8.5 or a 9. And then we had Paper Mario, which I'm sure was like a 9 or 9.5
I believe
earlier this year. That is a kick in the nuts. Now, as I say, this is an average score, so take it with a pinch of salt. There are a lot of reviews that did give it an 8, but because of the way people reviewed it. But IGN really, and there's quite a few YouTube videos about the controversy of the IGN score. That really surprised. I was surprised. I was sat there watching it, and it's going, yeah, great, great this and great that, but that's not great. That's a 5 out of 10. Are you fucking what?
It'll probably be discussed for years, like their was it Alien Isolation review.
Yeah,
It was a pretty bad one, wasn't it?
Yeah, was that a 6 out of 10 for Alien Isolation or something?
Yeah,
that high. It was low. I remember that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So,
it was that was absolutely disgusting for when IGN's that one there. I mean, it really is. People just are all liars for one there. It's just absolutely ridiculous, that one here. Because I will say, because said about it should have been, you know, I know we said about controversy for one here, but I think people for one here, they say they should get a good score, like say a 7 or something for one here. But I think that was just absolutely ridiculous, that one here. Even aliens, that one here, of course, for one here. So I think it might be some gameplay, it might be issues, or might be something. I'm not sure.
He said there was a lot of technical issues when he was playing it, and it was very draggy.
That might be.
It's but then you look at the other reviews, and some people are really praising it. I'm like, well, I don't get it. I do find IGN to be very iffy at best with some of their reviews, and they are known for the good old. It's a great game, 7 out of 10, which is what they normally churn out. But this was surprising.
Nah, I think in the office, they're all liars. I know they're in the hearts and minds to say they know some people in there would say, I know that's a good game, but you can't hide in a bed sheet like that. You can't do that.
See, Manic's put on Metacritic, it's 8.4, so it's actually higher than most of the highest review scores.
Yeah.
So is that the user review score though, Manic? Because I reckon the users will give it a good review. They won't review bomb it. But it's interesting to see. And I think it was Mario and Luigi was sitting around on Metacritic about 8 as well from the reviewer score. But then we chucked in with a load of all the other ones sites I look at. It brought it down
a bit.
Yeah, which is a shame.
Quite a lot, actually. Not what you expect from a Mario Luigi game. You expect to be
exactly.
higher, don't you?
So what I'm going to say is, folks, if you love the RPGs and you love these games, go out and get it because it's nowhere near as bad as what IGN are saying. And just see for yourself and let us know. And if you do play it, let us know. There you go. Moving. Metacritic. Oh, okay. Metacritic is actually lower than when we talked, so it's dropped down to 7.9. So that's interesting. Since I looked at it, it was on a bang on an 8, so it's only dropped by like a point, but 7.9. But obviously, So again, that's obviously feeling it. Tell Metacritic that we deal in 0.5s. They should know that by now. 7.9 is like roughly an 8 anyway. But there you go.
Yeah.
So moving from Switch into some Xbox news, and I want to thank Dank for this one because he was the one that made me aware of this one. Also, Zenkai let me know about the first news story. So apologies if I've not shouted out people for that. But Dank was posting in our game chat and saying about Death Stranding on Xbox. And I went, you what? Death Stranding's on Xbox. It's a PlayStation exclusive. Well, it's not anymore. Obviously, Death Stranding, or as we like to call it, Norman Reedus Walking Simulator, came out on PlayStation 4 back in 2020. Came out in 2020. And then obviously we've had a director's cut, which is on PlayStation 5. 2019 for the PS4. My apologies. And in 2020, it made it onto PC. We feel that it looks like the deal with PlayStation is now over because it literally shadow dropped on Xbox last week. So you can now play Death Stranding on Xbox Series X and S. But no advertisement, no announcement. It just turned up in the store and it was there. So obviously the exclusivity deal has now ended. Now, obviously a few things we do know because it means that Kojima Studios has now got the licensing back from it. But it just shows you what is going on in terms of what he's working with, because obviously next year we are expecting Death Stranding 2, Life's a Beach. That is exactly what it's called, believe it or not. Death Stranding 2, Life's a Beach. I'm not making that up. You think that would be the name of a Yakuza game. It's not. That's due on PlayStation only in 2025. But also, we saw at the Game Awards 2 Christmases ago, he's got the game OD that he's working on, which is an Xbox exclusive. And then we've got Fizzon, which I think was revealed back in the summer, which is a Sony exclusive. And not only that, he's working on the official Death Stranding film.
He's keeping busy, isn't he?
He's a busy boy, is our Kojima. Hello, Amanda. How you doing? Good to see you. But so, obviously, he's managed to get that back. But the question is, Kojima's all about normally like going all out with like, look, check this out, my 20-minute trailers and big obscure things to announce stuff. And this just turns up in the Xbox store with no notice, no nothing. A lot of the game review people didn't even know it was coming out. Hence why we're not even talking about it, because it's not even listed in. I get a list about a month before of games that are coming out. It wasn't even mentioned on the retail lists. So this is just bizarre. Why do you think this is?
I don't know. Maybe they just didn't want to put any more like money on marketing for it because they've got the second one coming out. Maybe they're just spending all of it on that one. But it still seems a bit odd not to sort of say anything in the run. Because you think you want to generate a little bit of hype so people are at least aware of it and will buy it. So it's a bit of a surprise when it suddenly drops. But well, at least it's on the Xbox now, so people on those systems can have a crack at it, see what they think of it.
Yeah.
I don't know if you ever tried. I did try it on the PlayStation, and it was okay. Didn't really grab me, to be honest. Not my type of open world game.
I could have got it. I got offered it, and I turned it down because I saw so many people play it, and I went, I can't be bothered to play that.
Yeah.
It looked good, and I actually did a thing where I watched all the cutscenes, so it makes it into a mini film, and watched that, and I enjoyed watching that. That was like an hour and a half or whatever it was, 2 hours. It was like, made a good film. Again, don't think I particularly want to play it as a game. Good evening, Ellie. How are you? Arcos says, I saw Norman Reedus walking and then getting on a motorbike in New York once. The Death Stranding came out. Coincidence. There you go. There we go. Now, we're going to talk about a few things. I put about 6 hours into it, says Grand Designs 4, but lost interest. Yeah, I know some people loved it. Some people didn't. It's one of those games that was what's your thoughts?
Yeah, I was everyone said about it was a little bit weird for one. I think they said about it came out of nowhere for one about coming to Xboxes. I thought no one's ever. They usually kept it quietly. Yeah. I thought it might be something more like, say, maybe like you said, one of the chats I want to say might be like down to like might be a big Game Awards. They should have been say. Here's Death Stranding. Here's going to Xbox X. That one. Get in touch which date or like. I don't think
Shadow drop it on the day of the Game Awards or something. And it's
for an I think it's I'm not sure it's going to be more like going to be like a remastered for one here or just maybe improve the graphics later.
So this one is actually the director's cut, which is the one that came out on PS5. So you get all the extra stuff. So this is the version that came out. Literally, was that last year, the director's cut? Or was that earlier this year? I can't remember now.
I think it was
last year.
Yeah, last year was I think when PS5s would have been absolutely hot case for one there. So I think that's might be bring a director's cut. Like I remember it was one of the games I've Shenko for one here, the Shadows twice for one here. You know,
Shadows
that one here. Yeah, that's it. So basically they took out PS4 and upgraded to PS5. I went a little bit more better improvements of the physics that one here, and that's about that for it. So
all right. Well, if you want to check it out, folks, Death Stranding is now on Xbox. Who knew? There you go. We'll come back to some more game reviews and gaming news very shortly. We are going to talk about some things that are coming up. So I'm going to do a couple of little announcements, and then I'm going to get Gozo to talk about something that's coming up. So firstly, don't forget, folks, we are sponsored by the wonderful Mech Arena game. You can play it on PC or mobile. !Mech in chat for more details. Please do click the link, download the game. It's free to play. We have set 16 challenges for you to complete between now and literally this time next month, because they are sponsoring us for the whole month. And every time you complete the challenge, it helps funds and supports this channel. It's a pretty damn good game. I'm not going to lie. I have been playing it most of this afternoon after I finished writing the show. I know some of you have been playing it. And thank you to everyone who started the challenges. We have hit a number of challenges. I will do a proper update in tomorrow's stream where we're at with everyone. So if you haven't played it, every time you reach a goal, Dave gets a bucket. There you go. Even better reason to do it. Dave wants more buckets. So there you go.
Nice one.
Also, I think we're the first people to announce this. But as Gozo said, he was very privileged to be at the very first annual Debug Indie Game Awards and Debug U event, which took place in Nottingham back in February. And everyone has been sitting very patiently to find out when the next one is. I had a very deep and long conversation with Dan, the owner of Debug Magazine, and I can tell you that all will be revealed at 6 p.m. on social media this Thursday. I do have the date. I am not allowed to say it because I will get in trouble. But the date, the venue, and everything for the next Debug U and Debug Indie Game Awards, which is taking place next year, will be announced on Thursday at 6 p.m. So there you go. So if you want the details, quite a few people know the date. Anyone that knows Dan will know the date. Put it that way. Jesse knows the date. Will be so hilarious. It was Boxing Day. It won't be Boxing Day.
Well, it'll be a nice announcement on Christmas Day for one. Yeah. It'll be a nice Christmas present to say what they say. Hey, here's Debug. That one hit. Anyway, happy Christmas, everybody.
There you go. Tanker says blink once if it's Q1, blink twice if it's Q2. I'm not telling you. It's the 37th of Slubberberry. Fleabag, how you doing, buddy? Hey up, Mags. I'm here listening, lurking out one as well. Hope you're doing well, buddy. Good to see you. Dave Johnson knows the date. I think that's because I've already told you because I had to book it. So there you go. Ryan knows it's on my birthday.
Hey.
More people seem to know this than it actually is. I'd love to know. If you think you know what the date is, put it in chat. I'm not going to confirm or deny it, but
yeah,
this is probably the worst kept secret.
Well, that's
right. Okay, so people are having a guess, but I am going to say we are the first people to announce when it's been announced. So at least that's something. So at least we did get something exclusive. So far, all these are like that. The 30th of February, I don't think that's going to happen. 1st of April, So we'll see. We'll see. If you do get it right, I don't know. Dave will give you one of his buckets. Maybe we'll see.
Good luck, guys.
Talking about another event, and this is one that Gozo wanted to bring up. I'm going to bring up the poster for this. This is taking place on the 30th of this month. Have I got that right?
Yep, that's right.
So let's bring this up on here and we'll get the screen. Obviously, we've been talking about gaming fairs and gaming expos. And the next one that Gozo is going to be at is on Saturday, the 30th of November. Let's get the screen up. And it's this. And we've got the list of traders that Gozo has very kindly given us. Tell us a little bit more about this event, Gozo.
Yeah, so this event that one here run, by the name of James from Get Well Gamers. Yes. I know Get Well Gamers. Yeah. So he's organized his very first ever Nottingham City Gaming Fair. So this is the first independent event for it. So even though you can, like you said, you can still people like buying it, but also that you can sell or trade in some stuff on it, such as if you're done with the games that one here or systems or anything else like that, then hopefully go to one of the local see the traders here and hopefully might give you a sale or a trading deal for one here.
Yeah.
So this one here, I can see that we got lots of good people for I know for one there like Dream Consoles that one here. So it's good people there. Few new people around like Game Boys are awesome for one here and Kev Shed. So I think Kev Shed's a YouTuber, so I think he might be doing it with his raffle. Like Gun Gaming for one here, good people. One here. Days of Thunder for one here. It was another. I saw them at Nottingham Gaming Market for one here, and they got some good stuff around that one here.
Yeah.
Now the next one, Mini Me Gadgets, is that the lady did the nitty ones. For one here, like make a little nitty piranha plants for one here. Yeah.
They made these. They're really cool.
Yeah, so they'll be there. Next one, M&J Designs. Now this one here is an absolutely good one. So not only get the games, but even you could do printed signs like PlayStations, Xboxes, Nintendos, and Segas. And even of course, see that if you have a handheld like any like Nintendo's, PlayStations, and stuff, you can do that for it. You could put on a little display for it, just about $5 for it. But it was really good for one. It's on my YouTube channel for one there. So go to Nottingham Gaming Market, then hopefully you will see that the event for one there. So it's really good. My Monster Joysticks was very happy to see for one there because I played a couple of games that one here at Nottingham Video Game Expo. Palworld Universe, good friend of mine Ken for one here because he's got good varieties and he's got Pokemon graded cards for one. He's a guy who's looking at look is real or fake ones. So he knows it.
So he knows what's
there's Yep. So basically, it has a nice mirrored for one here, shaded Black Rose Dragon for one here. It's a graded 10, and that price for one here is about like 750 quid.
Yeah.
So that was absolutely a big good one. Then Rogo Gaming, the very first one, and this is what I like for one here, is got specialists for like get Japan and Power, Saturn's, Mega Drive, Genesis, and Mon stuff. Retro Dojo for one here.
I know them, yeah.
Yeah. Retro Multiverse is going to be there as well. So if you all love toys, Pokemon, and Star Wars, then you might give it a chance to go there.
Yeah.
Retro Reload for one here. Very first one here, like Nottingham Gaming Market there. My very good friend Sega Mags. That one
good old Mark from Sega Mag. Yeah.
I'm really said they said they got some more limited boxes that one here now. They got there's some GameCube one, there's the anthologies of Nintendo 64. So basically that it's going to change. It's going to be maybe a different name for one there, but it's not sure. But he might do announce it right at the beginning of the after New Year, because I like the name Sega Max. It's still everyone knows it's a little bit more better.
He sells so much more than that. That's the thing.
Yeah. So basically, he does like one stuff. He's going to do another table, such as one table like for all the retro magazines.
Yeah.
And then another table for all the brand new books. That one.
Yeah, like, he's got the pen and sword stuff, and he's got obviously bitmap books. So anyone who came to Timeless obviously saw that, because that was the first show he had.
Yeah,
some of that stuff.
Yeah, luckily, I got this one here. That's one of the books I got.
Woo! Dreamcast book.
Because so basically, that if you're like a retro collector for one here, I would say definitely need to look at there's some SNES, 64s, all kinds of games, including Japanese ones. So it's a better idea to get your saving money's worth and get some good buyings for one here.
There you go.
And
right.
Then the next one.
Yep.
Then next one, LL Cool Games. That one here. I know then for one here was at it was at Nottingham Gaming Market.
Right. Okay.
I didn't chance to say hello, but I did see them before. I was bought Worms on the PS1 at Nottingham Retro Games Fair back in 2019. So,
nice.
And then now the next one, of course, is the Subarashi one here.
Yeah.
This one here is got absolutely brilliantly, and this is a very true one. Is this that there is a rumor that if you come to the event for one here, that there will be some Silent Hill merch direct from Tokyo Game Show. And I mean, they will likely, if you be there, it's first come, first serve. So it might bring at some Silent Hill merch out one there. But they said the tickets is still available on Phone Air. So this is the best way. And it was.
I was just going to say, what time does it start, mate?
So the event it started at 10:30 for one in the morning.
Yeah.
And finish it at 3:30 for one there. Because this is the final stop before Christmas, more or less. So this is your last chance to buy some things before Christmas. So good luck getting for one here. Cool. So and the price is very good. I got a discount price for one here. So about then it was all sold out in 24 hours for one here.
Nice, mate. Now, if you want your tickets, it's www.gamingfair.co.uk, and I do believe that the ticket money goes to Get Well Gamers. Have I got that right? So it's raising money for charity as well.
Yeah, but when and if he said that there'll be, and he said there'll be more trailers coming up soon, and even of course, one last one here, that James from It's Much More, that he's gonna bring some games with him as well for one here. So he's gonna bring Counter-Strike.
Nice.
They're gonna bring Outrun 2 for one here.
Yeah, he always loves that. Yeah.
And the 20th anniversary celebration of Halo 2 for one here.
That I'm not so fussed about. We can move.
Yeah, so that is going to be featuring all that day timeline. So cool. I would say really looking forward to it. So I think I said the tickets are all available for one air. So
sweet.
Come and support. That will be really appreciated.
I will put these details in my Discord. So if anyone wants to get tickets, again, it's www.gamingfair.co.uk on the 30th of November in Nottingham. What's the venue?
It's a venue. It's going to be at Nottingham's High School for one here.
Nottingham High School. Okay.
It's not close. It's just if you took a tram for one, it's just a minute. That's it for it. Okay. Or if you want to go exercise, just have a walk from it. That's easy. It's just right down where to Forest Restoration Ground. But we usually have Goose Fair for one here.
Oh, okay. I know.
So,
all right.
Yeah. So yeah, I would say that. Yep. So the tickets is at Eventbrite if I want to. So hopefully that. So you just say go on the website, then you go to see buy tickets, and hopefully that will be. Then hopefully always say please come and support. Like all the people like Nottingham Gaming Market, Video Game Expos, Your Timeless, that one here, and all sorts that one here. That's what we want to see. All the support, and hope we can make a big success for it.
Brilliant. Thank you so much, Gozo. Yeah, it's going to be kind of like a sports hall thing with lots of different traders, mate. So tickets aren't that expensive. So I'll put all the details in my Discord if you want more details, but do support it. It's at the end of the month. I don't know if I'm going myself yet or not, but maybe I can make it. Fingers crossed, and hopefully I will see Gozo there. We can have a chat. It'll be at the front of the queue, hopefully getting the Silent Hill stuff. So there you go.
Hopefully, if it had to be, it's very quickly. It had to be first come, first serve. That's it.
There you go. Right, let's crack on with the show. We got some more games to go. This came out last Thursday. There you go. Yeah, I probably would stop by, but I'm already... Oh, it's MCM that weekend. Shit. Good point. It is MCM Comic Con that weekend. Well, I've already been to one at London, and it was... No, actually, that wasn't shit. It was EGX that was shit. Anyway, I'm not going to diss MCM. The MCM was actually all right. Not going to Birmingham, but there you go. Let's move on. This is our next game. This is called Death of a Reprobate. Sounds a bit like me. This came out on a PC last Thursday. Let's have a look at a trailer for this. I absolutely love that trailer because it's very Monty Python, but I was like, that is so good. There was a game that came out about 2 years ago. We talked about on the thing. It was on Game Pass for a bit.
You're thinking of the Procession to Calvary.
Yeah,
which is by the same person. This is like,
is it? Oh my god, I've so got to play this then because Procession to Calvary was friggin' hilarious.
It's done a few games like this now. I hadn't heard of the previous ones. I had played a bit of the Procession to Calvary one. Yeah. This is just more the same. Very Monty Python-esque with the way it's using like the Renaissance paintings and doing like silly absurdist humor in there. Looks very good. At its core, though, it's a point-and-click adventure game. So you got to just go around solving the puzzles that come up. I think your character in this one, he gets called to his dying uncle's bedside. His uncle's called Immortal John. Yeah, he's still dying, but he basically his dying wish is for you to stop being such a complete and utter shit. So you got to go and do nice things for the townspeople. So you got to go solve the puzzles to help them out. So it sounds pretty cool. I didn't finish Procession to Calvary, but I played a good bit of it. I liked it. It was good.
Yeah.
I might have to have a look at this one as well.
I just so want to play this now. I so want to play this. Procession to Calvary was so funny. Do you know what? I didn't really know much about this one when it came up on the list. And then obviously Dave picked this one because it's about 15 games we had to narrow down to 8 tonight. And Dave picked it. And I was like, and as soon as I got the trailer for it sent, I was like, I'm in love with this already. This is so me. So yeah, definitely. Gozo, your thoughts on this one?
Yeah, I thought first of all it's just all right. It's a little bit charm music, and then it's just crap. But yeah, I think it was definitely great. You know, everyone, if you love like watch Monty Python for Flying Circus, I think maybe you should go watch it. I would say that's definitely got a good gaming for it. Maybe if it was come out a little bit like early one, then it might be potential indie game of the year for when they run for it, but I think we say Monty Python, the gameplay for it, just went you're
Yeah.
done. And it said you better flipping wish list at the end for it. He says, Jesus, that's got a bit more mental in it.
Yeah.
He says, you said you asked for it. He says, come on, I want some. You bring me some. But yeah, I would say great game for one there. I think WC will be a good score for someone there, so I think it'll be a good one.
I think it will as well. I like that. Folks, this is Death of a Reprobate, which came out last Thursday on PC. All their other games did eventually come to console, so I can see this coming to console as well at some point if this does well. We got some scores in the chat as well. Danker says an 8. Manic says an 8. iQuell says a 7.5. Dave, I'll start with you on this one. What do you reckon this has got?
I'm going to try an 8 for this one.
Going to go for an 8 as well. Gozo?
I'm going to have an 8 as well for one here. I think it's a good game for one here.
Going for an 8. Ryan says a 7. Any more scores, folks? Let me know. As I say, this is Death of a Reprobate, which came out last Thursday on PC. Flame is saying 7. And if there are no more scores, or if you get to sneak them in, I can tell you. Oh, Amanda says 7. Hang on. Jess says 8.5. There you go. Amanda says 7. Dave says 7.5. So they're all scores come flooding in now. I was just about to announce it. I can tell you, if there are no more scores in chat, that this did thoroughly well. And it's right up there with our first game of this evening. This got an 8 out of 10.
Yay.
Well done. Well done to Danker. Well done to Manic. Obviously, Dave, Gozo, well done. Gozo, all his socials and everything and channel are going to be in there. So please do go give him a follow. Dave, how would you like? Dave Johnson's trying to big himself up. He was 0.5 off. But this Dave got it right. How do you want your shout out?
You can do your walk on from the side, mate.
Okay, well, while I do my walk on from the side, let's have that up on screen so you can follow Gozo on all those channels. Here we go. Are you ready?
Go for it.
Ready.
In Planet Coaster 2 style. Dave!
Very good. Very good.
I'm going to keep that theme going. There you go. There we go. Awesome. So please do follow these people that are getting it right. And obviously do follow our wonderful guest Gozo because they spend the time to support this channel. So you should go give them a little bit of time and go check out their channels as well. We greatly appreciate it. Now, going from the Renaissance to something very modern. We're playing, there was a trilogy of games known as the Metro games, and we finally get a VR version of the game. And I believe this is a completely separate thing, and it fits somewhere in the story. I'm sure Dave will tell us. But this came out last Thursday also. This is on PSVR 2, MetaQuest, and obviously on PC. This is Metro Awakening VR.
Yana's in trouble. Get going. I swore to Yana she'd be happy again. The commitment is a commitment, wherever that leads. What was that?
Go easy out there. Ammo doesn't exactly grow on trees.
Please, just let Yana be alright.
When you hear him laugh, you'll understand.
Yana! That infernal darkness. It's returned. Oh my God! Sometimes one must get into utter darkness. In order to begin to see.
There we go, folks. So let us know, Dave. This is a completely separate story, isn't it? It ties in with the Metro games, but it's not like they're rehashing one of the previous games, is it?
No, it's not at all. I'm not sure where it's meant to fit in, between the other games. But yeah, this is a separate story. You're playing a a doctor in this one. He's got to sort of brave the the Metro underworld to try and find his wife and and certain medication that she needs to keep her alive. So you've got that sort of quest to go on. But I think it looks pretty cool. I think it looks like it's captured the sort of atmosphere of the Metro games. It looks like it's done pretty well. Bringing it into VR, so you feel even more immersed in it. It looks like it's got plenty of cool little features just to sort of get the most out of VR. Manually reloading the weapons. You've got to bring your backpack out, get filters out to put onto the gas mask yourself. Things like that it's doing. So I think all that looks pretty cool. The combat in it looks pretty good. You've got a good choice of weapons. You can stealth around and actually bash people over the head with your gun to knock them out.
Yeah.
So that all looks pretty good. The only thing that I need to check out a bit more with this one is whether it's got an arachnophobia mode or anything.
Yeah.
I don't know if you remember the normal Metro games, you'd use a lighter on cobwebs and you get a little spider sort of running across the corner of your vision.
Yeah.
They've still got that in this, which I wouldn't frigging like.
And
sometimes they'll appear on your hand as well in VR.
Yeah.
You meant to just smash them like that, but if it did that spell, I don't think I'd like that.
Well,
I'm a bit unsure of this one.
It wasn't just that. In the second one, we had the big spiders in that game, which you had to literally use a flamethrower on. Yeah. So as Danka mentioned, he couldn't get into it because he doesn't like that, and he was like, no. So if there are spiders in it,
I can cope with that stuff when it's on the flat screen in front of you, where you got a nice gap away from the screen. When it's right in your face, you got the headset on and it comes right across your vision. I don't know if I'd like that, which is a bit of a shame because I really like the look of the game. It looks really cool. I have to find out if you can do anything about that.
Yeah.
So.
Gozo,
your thoughts on this? Have you played any of the Metro games before?
No, I haven't played any Metro games before for one here. Now, specifically a little bit of the VR for one here. I mean, the gameplay looks a very okay situation, but I think I'm not like a VR guy for one here, so I'm not kind of a thing. I'm more prefer be like a first-person shootings around for one here, with the characters like play Dead Space or something. For one here. But I think this is a new story for one here, following after whatever events has happened. I will say that might be some feel a bit, maybe some kind of issues, or might be something, might be if it's something like an update or something, But I think. But I think I say the first one, it might get some problems for it. But I'm just saying, I think Metro is a good game for one here. I think maybe not kind of a thing for me for it.
Okay, well, that's fair enough. I know Ryan mentioned that Tiggy, also known as Tigress X, who's been on the show, our VR streamer, she was playing this. I'd missed her stream on this. I wanted to see her play it. Because obviously she does a lot of Beat Saber and stuff, but she does a lot of other VR games, and she was playing this. So we'll have to. We'll see her in a couple of weeks at the Twitch meet. I'll get her opinion on it, see what she thought of it. But let's see what people thought. We got a couple of scores. Danka's saying a 7.5. Ryan is saying a 7. Chat, get your scores in now. What you think for Metro Awakening VR, which came out last Thursday on PSVR 2, MetaQuest VR, and PC. I'll start with Gozo on this one. What do you reckon this got?
I think I would say that again for one there. If you want something like a more of a good one, then it might be a good score like an 8 or an 8.5. But I think for mine for now, my vote will be a 7.5.
Okay, 7.5. Amanda's coming in with a 6.5, so slightly lower than you. Ike Whale, an 8. Flame, a 7. Dave, what say you on this one?
Yeah, I'm thinking 7.5 as well.
You two seem to be quite in sync tonight, I have to say. You've got your reasons, which I think is cool. All right. If that's all the answers that we've got, folks, I can tell you that Metro Awakening VR did get, and you guys are doing well, a 7.5. Manic snuck in there. I'll let Manic have that. He snuck in there just as we're about to announce it. So, 7.5 out of 10. Well done. Again, go follow Gozo's channel. Go give him some follows. He's got a goal to hit, so he wants to hit it. Go check out his streams. We'll talk about when he's on next at the end of the show. And Dave, how do you want your shout out, my friend?
You can go behind the chair and jump up, mate. Let's see.
We'll do that. Got to keep the theme going. Right, you ready? Out. Oh, there go my knees. Ready? 3, 2, 1. Dave! Put the arms up
Very
first.
nice.
There you go.
Bit of a roller coaster one.
It was like, "Hooray!" There we go.
Very good.
Give it that go then. Well done to everyone who got that right. Well done,
Well done.
Manic. Well done, Danker. I think you guys. I think Danker's 6 for 6. I think.
No,
doing well.
no, I think that's the one the Mario.
Oh
one
no,
for
he's
one
not.
here.
'Cause Mario won. Got
Yeah,
him.
because
Yeah,
it was
that's
got
right.
a lower score for one
And-
there.
Yeah,
That's
5 out of
everyone,
6.
I think,
Sorry.
didn't it?
Yeah, I think they've got everyone, didn't it? Because no one got that right. You're right. So there you go.
Yeah.
Well, they're doing all right anyway. Him and Iquel got one wrong. Anyway, all right, moving on. More news. We said we'd give you more Nintendo news. And this one's an interesting one because obviously a big game that came out in January out of nowhere that everyone was loving on Xbox and PC was Palworld. However, obviously people are all like going, so this is ripping off Pokemon and Nintendo are probably going to sue. Metacritic gave a 7.4 with a meta scoring 75. Well, there you go. We're pretty much bang on the nose with that one, Manic, for that one. I don't base everything on Metacritic, by the way, just so you know, because if I did, then Mario would have got an 8, wouldn't it? But there you go.
Yeah.
So if anyone wants to cheat and use Metacritic, you're not always going to get it right. Just saying. Basically, the lawsuit finally did happen. And we talked about this, that Nintendo are suing the devs of Palworld, and the lawsuit started in September. But here's the interesting thing. They're not actually suing for the thing you think they would be suing for. So you think that they might be suing for the likeness of the creatures, or the fact that it's basically taking big liberties with the actual fact that Palworld is very similar to Pokemon. Apparently, that's quite difficult to prove in court. What they are suing for is the certain mechanics in the game that were technically trademarked and copyrighted. And that's the fact that you still have to throw an item to capture the creature that gets put in a sphere. So in Pokemon, you've got the Pokemon balls. I throw that. And they're basically saying, we license that, we manage that is our thing. And they are using that illegally. So they're not going for the fact it's the likenesses or anything else like that. That's what they're suing for. And they are suing on each count, because there's a number of different counts, for $85,000 per lawsuit.
Wow.
Okay. So, and they want to add late payment charges on this as well. So if this gets dragged out by the courts, it's going to be a lot more than $85,000 for this. So now what's interesting is the devs at Palworld have signed a deal with Sony to get the version of the game out onto Sony. Now, Nintendo are trying to block this as well. So that means that the game only remains on Xbox and PC for now. But Palworld at the moment actually kind of have a leg to stand on with that. And therefore, they think that the lawyers are not going to be able to block it from coming out on PlayStation. However, if they do sue for the amount and win this court case, it could ruin the devs, which would mean that the game would have to be taken down. Or they might not, and the game stays where it is. So it's a bit crazy. We will find out more as the court case goes, but that's where we're at. Obviously, the court case started in September, and then this is where we're at. It's a patent infringement is the correct term for that. A patent infringement. Throwing the Pokemon ball. It was patented. So there you go. Do you think, guys, this sounds crazy, or do you think this is unjust? Because basically Palworld, let's face it, is Pokemon with guns.
Yeah, I mean, it's a different type of game as well, isn't it, really? It's a survival game compared to the usual Pokemon stuff plays. But I don't know, the patterns that they're sort of brought out do seem a bit, I don't know, if they really seem that specific, really. I think one of the patterns is about, like, riding a character or something, riding a mount.
Yeah.
Plenty of other games have mounts that you can ride.
Yeah.
So why would this pattern applies to, this against Palworld, but not other things? So, I don't know. It seems a bit,
it feels like they're
in a way.
Draws on some of them.
Yeah, I wonder if they're more, as well, the amount they're asking for that is still like $85,000. Doesn't really seem a huge amount, really. Considering how big Pokemon is, they're trying to protect that. I wonder if they're trying to stop Palworld getting to be like more of a bigger brand. Because, Pokemon itself is like a huge brand, isn't it? All the frigging toys and all the other bollocks you can buy for it. I would have thought to stop Palworld getting that big and competing with them on that sort of level.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. The lawsuit just seem a bit frivolous, really. What they're throwing out against it. But I guess we'll have to see what courts think of it. If they think there's enough similarities there, or if they think that it actually, really matters. I don't know. We'll wait and see.
Yeah.
Probably get dragged out for age though. These things
It probably will.
resolve quickly.
And the thing is, if it gets dragged out, that fee of 85,000 is going to go up and up. So there you go. Any thoughts, Gozo, on this?
Yeah, I think we'll definitely say that was absolutely ridiculous. Like they said, he said it's not like the gameplay. It's just throwing balls that one here. I mean, that is just ridiculous, ripping off that one here. They got their own brand for it. I thought everyone's for it more like the characters design. I thought they got there's a knockoff Pikachu for one here, or anything else like that for one here. I mean, I played it on the Xbox Game Pass. It looks out. I really do enjoy it, but I think I mean what Sony was trying to do for one here, trying to get that rights that one here. So hopefully we'll get into the courts for one here. But yeah, I'm getting to see that's why for one here. But I think if it is game's going to be taken down for one here, then but at least it had to be seen fair for one here. But you had to be careful because otherwise you might bankruptcy and might lose you lose everything for it. So I think that $85,000 is absolutely a boss for it. So I think it's more. It should have been like say maybe like I don't know, let's say 20,000 or something for one here. Just say you can keep throwing the whatever balls that one here you have for one here, but if they won if the Palworld got the rights that one here won the court for one here, then the guys that want to try, so you're gonna have to accept the fact for it, and maybe like I said, for they had to pay more for one here. But I would say that's just simply ridiculous for one here. So I wouldn't like that one to go back higher for one here. I think it should be lower for one here. And then hopefully that will be hope against wherever court goes, whatever goes for it. If it's powers could be safe for go with business or that's the end. What do I say? Yeah, just stay tuned for that one.
We'll have to see if Palworld actually makes its first anniversary January next year. I'm sure this court case will go on, and as we get more information, we will talk more about it. On to our two final games of the night. See, Palworld has grossed over 440 million. So there you go. So it's doing quite well. Let's move on to our two final games of the night. This one was one we were hoping to cover on the show last week, but the reviews didn't come out in time. This is Empire of Ants, which came out, I think, Tuesday last week on PlayStation 5, Xbox Series X and S, and PC. Let's have a look at the trailer for Empire of Ants. There you go. Lots of ant jokes in the chat. So, yeah, we should have anticipated that one. So there you go. Dave, tell us a little bit more about this one. This doesn't really look. This looks beautiful, but I suppose it depends how good the game is, really.
Yeah. They've gone for some very nice graphics in this. Gone for like the sort of hyper realistic look and did a very good job of it there. It really does. It looks like something you'd always expect to see like a David Attenborough wildlife documentary, doesn't it? Graphics are that good. Gameplay style. This is I think its closest comparison is like the Pikmin games. It's that sort of,
okay.
it's a bit of like an RTS real-time strategy game. So you're controlling a little warrior ant, and you're bringing in like other ants with different skills to help you out on the battlefield to get past certain obstacles, take out certain enemies. You can also recruit other types of insects to help you out as well. I think snails and different types of beetles and things like that. And you've got to protect your home and your nest and sort of build it up as well. So a bit of strategy there, but what you put into the nest to make it better, so you get more ants to fight with you. I think it's got like about a 20-ish hour single player campaign, so you can see some multiplayer as well if you want to have some battles with your friends, so you see whose ant is better. I think it is generally meant to be pretty good. I think the only sort of gripes I saw about it were, whilst it has got the nice hyper realistic graphics, sometimes it can be a bit too easy to sort of lose track of your characters. They can blend into the foliage a bit easy, and sometimes the camera can get a bit sort of confused because the ant can obviously crawl pretty much up everything and under everything. So sometimes the camera will just go a bit wonky. But apart from little things like that, which they might well be able to tidy up with a few patches here and there. I think it looks like a pretty sort of unique looking RTS. It's not something I was aware was coming out. So quite interesting when I saw the trailers for this one. It looks pretty cool, I'd say. Yeah,
that's cool. Gozo, your thoughts on this one?
Yeah, first of all, I'm just gonna say, what the heck was that? I mean, why you're riding the Beatles for one here because you're a living ant for it. And I like that term, but free, but he says is the being a pan-antic for one, that paramedic. But I would say, Jesus, well, I'm gonna say, yeah, definitely more like I say, like the native version of the Pitman, but it's like they're ripping off like a Pitman one here, to be honest, someone here. Yeah. But it's just like all animals, someone here, and it's just like because basically, here's the thing for it. It's like remember on one of the films that one here, it was from Honey, I Shrunk the Kids.
Yeah.
That the little ant felt one and the scorpion fell out and says, Jesus, that's the worst thing you're ever gonna do back to one. It says, you killed off a character for Christ's sake. But my God, you're in like I said, you're in a tropical world for one here. I think I'm gonna say native version ripping off for Pitmans, but I think it might but if he's got a good score for one here, I mean that seems fair. But yeah, I'm just saying that fantastic for one here. That's what I'm saying.
There we go. All right, we'll get your scores on in chat for that one. Manixin says 8.5, Rising of the Planet of the Ants out of 10. There you go. Danker says a 7.5. Get your scores in now, chat. This is Empire of Ants, which came out last Tuesday on PS5, Xbox Series XS, and PC. Ryan coming in with a 7. Flame coming within a 7.5. Gozo?
I'm gonna give it a 7.5 on this one.
7.5 for you as well. iQuail coming in with a 7. Dave, what say you?
I think I'm going to try a 7 for this one.
Going for a 7 as well. Okay, same as iQuail. Folks, this is your last chance to get your scores in. Our penultimate game of the night. Everyone's been anticipating this one. Sorry, I've got to get that in as well. So I could tell you if there are no more scores in the chat. It's going to be terrible. I can tell you this did pretty well. This gets a really good, solid 7.5 out of 10. So there you go. Well done, Gozo, for getting that one right. Again, big shout out for our guest, Danker, as well, getting it right. Flame, getting it right. Well done. Congratulations to all of you for getting that right. So there you go. Well done. And our final game of the night, but certainly not the end of the show, from something that David Attenborough would be narrating to a bit of horror. We'll go through. This came out last Friday on PS4, 5, Xbox Series X and S, and PC. And I believe, if I've got this right, and Dave, please correct me if I've got this wrong, this actually comes from one of the original creators of Silent Hill, I think. I think it might be a completely different game, but I think it's that. Maybe because we were talking about Silent Hill earlier, it's got stuck in my head. But, ladies and gentlemen, this is Slitterhead. Let's have a look at the trailer for this. There you go, folks. That's Slitterhead. A new horror game where you can possess different people to use them in different ways. But don't worry, the humans are not getting turned into aliens. It's an alien version. It's just that they look like humans and you have to detect who they are and seek them down. Was I correct, Dave? Was it someone from Silent Hill that worked on it?
Yeah, I think it is one of the people. I can't remember who in particular, but I'm sure someone from who worked on Silent Hills had a hand in this one.
Yeah,
it's an interesting looking sort of action horror game.
Mm.
I think it's like set in a city called Kowloon, and there's these
In
strange
Hong
creatures
Kong,
called, strange creatures called Slitterheads that have appeared and are just killing everybody. So you're playing as like a spirit that gets sort of called in to try and fight them, and you end up possessing various people through the city. I think you have to keep like jumping between people as you're trying to chase some of the creatures occasionally. I think a lot of the people are fairly like standard everyday folk using in fights probably won't last that long. They're going to get mashed up pretty quick. But there are some people that you'll end up possessing who've got extra powers themselves. Like they might have like massive sort of bone claws that just come out. You can use those to attack the Slitterhead creatures and try and kill them. It looks all right from what I can see. It doesn't look like it's got like a huge budget like some of the like big horror games we've seen recently. But it looks okay. I think storyline wise it's meant to be okay, but I think the combat's meant to get a little bit samey. It doesn't really go anywhere after you've played it for a couple of hours. I think it stays fairly samey, but I think it looks all right. If you're a horror fan looking for something new, this looks like it could scratch that itch, I'd say.
Yeah, I mean, this was a game that I was on my radar, and I ummed and ahed about whether we were going to stream it this month, and it's weird how it was getting a lot of hype at first, and then the hype seemed to die down quite quickly, and then this is just kind of come out with no hype. So I kind of wanted to wait to see what happened on the show with it, to be honest. So yeah, it's an interesting one. There's concepts of other games that it's used. Do you remember that detective game, Soul, something that came out where you jump? You're a ghost detective, but will jump into the bodies and find out evidence.
I know one for it. The Third Birthday.
Which one?
The Third Birthday from Parasite Eve.
Oh, I'm not. That's a completely different. I'm thinking of something else.
Yeah.
But that's another one that's similar to that. Then,
Yeah.
yeah, it's got that thing, and I like the fact that you jump round. But I'm just not convinced because apparently it's like a 3.5 hour loop, so you keep over the same things because you've got to discover different things and talk to people. But I like the idea. There's some really cool characters. Like you played the detective, Sole Suspect. Thank you, iQuail. Yeah, Sole Suspect. Or you can play that biker that's got the shotgun. So there's different characters. So I don't know. I'm very much like that with it. Gozo, your thoughts on it?
Yeah, I think like we said that one here, but it's like we said when you link your soul to another person or an animal for one here, then it's like I say, it's like Parasite Eve for one here, like on the third birthday for one here, because it's like playing on the classic game. It was a good game for one here, but I think what it said, but I think but unfortunately it said that in the enemies for one here, but it's pretty steady. He's got just got critters and animals. So what the hell? I think before I thought it's going to be more like we want like Resident Evil vibes or something for it. You know, more like get some some with viruses or something for one here. But I think but actually seen the price someone there. That terminal is about like £45-50 for it on a PS5. I think that will not going to be a good score for that one here, to be honest, on there. But I mean, it's fine with the gameplay for one here, but I think it might not be, like I said, it's been like it died down for one here. So I don't think it would be the best one to go for it.
Right.
I don't.
Don't forget Mind Jack. Oh, that was made by Square Enix, yeah. Also, Drive for San Francisco, where you possess the different cars and the people in the cars. Another good example. That Drive for San Francisco was funny. But Mind Jack as well. That was a good one.
Yeah, Square Enix, that one. It always get a good one to play for one in Parasite Eve.
Okay. All right. Well, let's get your scores in, folks. This is for Slitterhead, which came out last Friday on PS4, 5, Xbox Series X, S, and PC. This is your last chance to get some shout outs. Let's see what people were saying. Manic was saying 7.5 bootleg Resident Evil out of 10. Danka says a 6. Ryan says a 7. Flame says a 6.5. Dave, I'll start with you on this one.
I'm going to try a 7 for this one.
Going for a 7. Okay. I want to check my notes because I'm a bit concerned at how I got that score. I'm just checking. No, I'm going with that. That's fine. Right. So, what did you say, Dave?
I said a 7, mate.
You said a 7. Okay. Iquo's not so sure on this. It's all right. I wrote it down, but I wrote it down weird, so I know what's that. So I'm not making it up. I just want a better check just in case. Yeah. Gozo, what do you reckon?
I think it might be below a score for one there, but I will give it a 6 for this one.
Give it a 6. Okay. So, last chance, folks. Get your scores in. Last game of the night. I can tell you that this got lows as low as 6s. Some people liked it more than others. I know, again, IGN didn't give it a very good review. They gave it a very average review. But some people thoroughly enjoyed this and said it was a lot better. It's just obviously it's a bit janky in places. Yeah. And some people scored this as high as an 8. So this did average out at a 7 out of 10. So there you go. It didn't do too bad. I was a little bit worried because I think Metacritic, it's sitting at a 6 or slightly higher, I think.
Yeah, I think it's definitely more like a 6 to this one. To be honest, someone there.
Yeah. I think some people are like fans of it because of the Silent Hill thing. I'm still a bit like, Oh no, it's sitting at a 7. Oh, there you go. It's sitting at a 7 on Metacritic. So it's pretty much bang on with what I got then. But some people really loved it, and some people are like, it's okay. But some people said you might get tired of it before you get to the end because it does drag on a little bit. So there you go. Ryan, well done for getting it right. Well done. So Dave, shout out, good sir.
I think a bit more spinning on the chair.
A bit more spinning, right. We'll put the arms up. Ready?
Go for it.
Well done, Manny. Got 4 out of 8 today. Here we go. 3, 2, 1.
Yeah.
There you go.
Very nicely
Yeah,
done, mate.
nice one. Nice one.
Yeah, keeping the roller coaster theme going. There you go. Well done to everyone who got it
Well
right.
done.
Well done. Ryan got one. And he's like, yes, doing a loop the loop. That'll be next week, Ryan. We'll do a loop the loop next week. Let's move on to our final news story of the night. Again, Nintendo is suing someone. Who'd have thought? But I think this one is a bit more just in a way. Nintendo are suing a streamer after he boasted live on stream that he was basically pirating more than 50 different games. On 50 occasions, this has happened. 50 different Nintendo games. So not only was he streaming them before they were released, but he was then telling people how to get hold of them illegally on stream before they came out. This person is called, I'm not going to give his real name. You can find that out if you want to look on the internet. Didn't know Nintendo made any pirate games. But this is someone called the Every Game Guru, who thought it was a great idea to basically tell people how to get these games illegally. And he did this on 50 different streams. And some of these games even include the most recent Mario and Luigi Brothership, the Princess Peach game, Mario Kart, numerous other things that have come out over the course of the last couple of years. He is being sued for $75 million. $75 million, which will basically mean if this all goes through, he will be paying this off for the rest of his life. I actually have no sympathy for this guy because, one, pirating games, okay, some people do it, some people don't, but don't brag about it because this little twat basically stated, using the reference from Captain America, I could do this all day. If you're going to get cocky about it, you deserved to be sued for 75 million, you little fucking prick.
Yeah.
And what makes it worse is then trying to pass this info on and telling other people to do that. Now, whether these people are fans of Nintendo or not, that's not cool.
No.
That is not cool at all.
Nintendo don't like that behavior.
Nah.
I'm not going to judge people who pirate games in that respect, but to blatantly do it and brag about it and then try and do it so that other people can do it, that doesn't sit well with me. So I hope you get sued for every fucking penny you got, you small little cunt.
Yeah.
See, I'm still smiling. There you go.
Yeah. I would say about one hit. Yeah, absolutely. Because it's absolutely what a fucking prick.
Yeah.
you fucking cunt. That's what I'm saying. I would definitely say, basically, because when you play like new games on one hit, you can't, you can't vlog that one hit. You gotta have to. You have to wait for it because one thing I was voting like say, can you do it like on video or like more Combat X at Insomnia and Borderlands for one here? And it said that it says you can't do vlog that one here because it's like I said, it's privacy for one here until the virtual game release. But it said if you could do photos from it for it, that's absolutely fine for it. But I will say, what a twat for one here. You have to be absolutely be careful what you wish for. I don't do that. I'll wait for it, let's say, when the game's released and give my thoughts to it.
Yeah, I think this is the thing. Hello, Odie. How you doing? Lovely to see you. I think this is the thing because I would say, like, even I get contracts sent to me with games, especially with the Ubisoft stuff. So I got Star Wars Outlaws about 2 weeks before it was due to come out, but I was allowed to do content on it when basically the early access went, so about 3-4 days before. So it wasn't actually going to spoil it for people because you could pay for the early access. But if I made content, they've got every right to disengage my contracts. And I get games that have got certain games I'm sent and say you cannot make any content on that. And as you say, going to some game shows, you're allowed to film the stuff. Sometimes you're only allowed to take photos. Sometimes you're not allowed to do anything. I know some years Sega have allowed me to do stuff. At some events, Sega have said you can't film anything of this game. You've got to wait until it's out. It is what it is. But to blatantly lie about, blatantly just do this and laugh about it, I think he should get sued for a lot more than $75 million. What do you think, Dave?
Well, it sounds like he's given Nintendo's lawyers like all the ammunition and like evidence they need. If you got it all up on streams and he's saying it, then he's really got much of a defense he can come up with. Surely. I think he's going to be paying them off. Well, he'll never pay them off if he gets charged the full amount, but it's just going to screw him over the rest of his life, isn't it?
Yeah, that's him screwed, but it serves him right for being a cocky little prick.
Yeah. You shouldn't do it. These companies have got big, expensive lawyers. They can afford them.
Especially Nintendo.
You
don't.
Yeah. They do like their lawyers do, Nintendo. They
do you know what?
Pretty regularly.
There's a couple of rules in life, like don't eat yellow snow and things like that. But one of them is don't fuck with Nintendo. That is the other thing. Okay. There you go.
That's true. Right. That's true. Go on,
I love that. Big Jesse was like, people aren't allowed to photograph me at Timeless, for example. I'm 100% show exclusive. And Odie went, I mean, Odie got some pictures of Jesse. There you go. So that's all our show wrapped up pretty much. Let's just quickly go through some games that also came out, which we didn't get a chance to mention. Some of these we have talked about before on the show, but they got releases on other platforms. Starting with came out on the 6th, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Splintered Fate, which is out on Switch, PlayStation, Xbox, finally gets its PC release. That got a 7.5 out of 10. We had Mirthwood, which came out on the 6th as well on PC, got a 6 out of 10. A new chapter in Chicken Police. Yes, there's a game called Chicken Police. This one called Chicken Police Into the Line. This came out on the 7th on PC, PS4, 5, Xbox Series X, S1 and Switch. That got a 7.5. River City Saga, Three Kingdoms Next on PS4, Switch and PC. Came out on the 7th and got a 6.5. Tectonica came out on the 7th as well on PS5, Xbox Series X, S1, Switch and PC and got a whopping 8 out of 10. And a game that we talked about on Nintendo Switch only a couple of months ago, but now gets its PC, Xbox Series X and S and PS5 release, which I know I'm not going to say right, but Tyoku New Titsujami Rhythm Festival, it was close, got a 8 out of 10 as well. The trailers for those games that we didn't get a chance to talk about will be in my Discord. Hopefully tomorrow. I said this last week and then ended up posting them 5 days after I said that, but they will be in there, so you'll get to see the trailers and the scores for those games. And before we wrap up the show, because we are running a bit late, I'm sure if we get Gozo on the show again, we'll get to see some more collections again, so we won't see any of that. But want to say a big thank you to Gozo for being an awesome guest. Big shout out to him. Thank you
very much for having me, guys. On really appreciate it.
Pleasure, mate.
When are you on next? Can we have all his details in the chat again, please? When are you on next? Let us know what you're streaming this week, please, my friend.
Okay, so tomorrow for one here, it will be at 5:40 for doing Mario Kart for one here. So we do about an hour early for one here, like practicing, and then we get to the OLL for one here because I'm the Mario Kart host that one here because I'm the only one will have the app because it's been like over a year since I've been now become a head like a follower for one here and always come and support. So we'll be starting from like the run will be at like 7 p.m. to 8:30 for one here. So that will be that. Friday I will be continuation with Ratchet & Clank Science Matters on the PS2 with the basically I'm going to do a third run. We're trying to get the Rhino weapon for it. Okay. And then if I get enough time, then hopefully, for fingers crossed, I might be fish stream early off or I'll be waiting for another one because, I got my team, Nottingham Rugby team to support that one here. So I have to put on hold that one here to be noticed, but I'm available for that week for one here. Nice. And then if you all love all horror ones, of course, join me at 5 p.m. for Resident Evil 5 on the Xbox Sunday. I know they say you're not a fan of it, but I love playing Final Fantasy V. It's my absolute favorite because, every time we play Albert Wesker for one head, he always runs around like a puss for one head. While his Evil 5 says, get out of that one, and now he's dead. And that's why I prefer Resident Evil 5 was the better one for it. So I
won't go into depth. I'm hoping that they might say they're going to do a remake of that one. That might be the next one that gets a remake. Yeah. But we won't go into that. We won't go into that. But we'll see. It was one of those that I was like, it's not my favorite.
I think
it's not my worst. So But there you go.
I think it's definitely a great one. I think it might be a remaking or might be a 0 or the 9th one, but maybe hope we get info for the Game Awards. It might happen because it's been quiet since that one, since the DLC for Resident Evil 8 for one, every DLC was been launched. So it might happen open doors for one there. So if it does, then hopefully that will be a good way for it.
There are rumours that there's a Resident Evil 9 going to be announced, but they are only rumours. So we shall see. There you go. Big shout out to Dave, as always, for being my co-host.
Always a pleasure.
Thank you so much for being here. Thank you, as always, to my mods for doing all the shout outs. And congratulations. Any of you got any of them right today, even if you just got one right, congratulations. Thank you to you lot for being amazing in chat, as always. Thank you to Dave, my manager, for basically keeping us stocked in buckets. And we will be back next Tuesday with another TNGC with a game dev, Kate, who I met at the Creator Meets in Sheffield, who's got a new game called Itty Bitty Toilet Kitty, which you will be able to play at the Twitch meetup on December the 6th. So you'll get to see a first look at that on this show next week when Kate is at the show. She was also exhibiting at EGX, bless her. So she will be there. So that is our guest for next week. Don't forget, tomorrow night, a very special community night. We are playing the brand new Jackbox survey pack with Ed Trotz. Ed Trotz is going to be with me on stream doing Jackbox. And not only that, we are going to be giving away the first of our tickets for the PUBG live finals at Excel Centre in London. And it's a 3-day weekend ticket. I have been given tickets to give away. I will be there on the last day of the event, but for the 6th, 7th, and 8th of December, you could win tickets for the PUBG finals. And we're giving the first of 4 tickets away tomorrow night. Thank you so much to all of you. We're going to do a raid. Let's see who we can raid. And we will crack on. And we've got loads more going on. And if you're bored tomorrow, exclamation Mech in chat, play that game that we're sponsored by. We greatly appreciate it. Let's see. Speaking of that, Ed is on, actually. It would probably make sense to go raid Ed. Let's do that. Let's go raid Ed. I know we raided him on show last week, but he's on the show tomorrow, so let's do that. What is he doing? Or is he about to raid out? Please don't say he's about to raid out.
Maybe he was going to raid you.
Maybe he is, but
we'll be too late.
Hopefully not. Let's see if we can beat him to it. Let's do that. Let's see if we can beat him to it. We're going to make that raid start. Go check him out. Hopefully he's explaining what's going on. I will drop his channel in the chat. And all that leaves us to say, he started late. He'll be on a while. Nice one. Thanks, Dave. Appreciate that. There is his channel. Go give him a follow. And all that leaves for me to say is, wherever you are in the world, have a great morning, a great afternoon, or a great evening. And I shall see you tomorrow for our community night of Jackbox. The survey packs, literally 100 people can play the game. I don't think we're going to get that many people playing, but everyone can join in. It's going to be great fun. See you at 9 o'clock tomorrow with that and Ed. And I need to press the right button. And we'll do that thing where we wave. Thank you so much. Take care.
Bye.
Bye.